This is the SOP for the HI3604 for the EMF monitoring and sampling. Package contains an instruction manual, as well as a certificate for calibration that you'll need to scan for your records. Along with that, you'll have the actual device for taking the samples, and then a holding connector piece. This actually screws into the bottom. And then the assembly of the unit is complete. There's nothing more you need to do. There's also 6 backup batteries, just in case you run low. And this instrument's set pretty simply. Once you only have to do is push one button on, and it's automatically going to be in the magnetic field, which we want to take our samples in. And as far as operation of this unit, the only thing that you need to know and that you may need to check is the battery life. And that is done by going to the mode select. And up here you'll see this icon that will move over one. And then that'll match up with this top white button right here that will tell you what the value for the volts is for the battery. Anything below 7.25, the instrument will give you a warning light and you'll need to replace the battery. So, once again, now the instrument, you just turn it on, it's already ready to take samples. There's no warm-up period. It has an auto adjustment that'll go through and it'll tell you what the scale is down here. So it's really important to make sure when you take your readings, you actually look at the scale and the values, as well as where you're at when you're taking your sampling. So we're going to go through a quick sampling period right now. And the parameters for the sampling itself needs to be 30 centimeters from the target from the sample, 1.4 meters high at a consistent value across the lab, and needs to be perpendicular to the target, so 45 degrees to where you're actually going. So make sure, like I said, the top things you need to go is it's a 15-second sampling time. It's also, from that sampling time, you need to get the value, the units, and a description of the area. So when you go to take your sample, you'll take, this is the seated height sample. Let's say this is our workspace, taking a 1.4 meter sample about 30 inches from where we actually want to sample, perpendicular to what we're sampling. So from here, you take your value for 15 seconds, and if there's a fluctuation, you want to take the low end and the high end. But from here, it looks like it's pretty consistently 8.2. So we would write down our 8.2 as well as our units, and then record what the actual description of the area was. And then as you're walking around the lab, you can take other samples, but just make sure you're at that consistent height. And like I said, everything was auto scaled, but I can't drive this home enough. Because it's auto scaling the units, you have to make sure that when you take your values, you actually have a value with the units, and as well as a description. I think that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You can take samples, like I said, if you want to turn it off, if you're walking to another room, you have to use a bio break or something like that. As long as you come in back and turn it on, it's ready to take samples right away. Thank you.